Hi, my name's Greg from National Lunar Australia. Today we're going to show you why these fridges are regarded not just the best in the industry, but the best in the world. You probably haven't heard of National Lunar before, maybe you have. They came to us about 15-20 years ago from South Africa. They were designed originally to transport valuable medicine across South Africa. It wasn't before long, before the safari operators took notice of this valuable fridge to transport drinks and food for their own customers. Wasn't before long after that, the four-wheel drive people who took you out there to see the wildlife in Africa put the drinks and the food in there, and they brought their way to Australia. So very popular in the four-wheel drive industry and camping, motorhome, marine, medical still, transporting medicines, mining, right down to doctors and nurses and all those things. So what's so good about the National Lunar? We're going to talk about the fridge in two categories. First of all, we're going to talk about construction. Then we're going to talk about the key features that make this the best fridge in the world. Construction. As you notice, the National Lunar has this stainless steel outer skin. It's a diamond-shaped stainless material. The inside of the fridge is an aluminium sleeve. The diamond finish is very good for dents, scratches. Doesn't happen. Very, very robust. When they get knocked around, most fridges get damaged. These don't. I kid you not. This is not your middle market plastic fridge. This is a commercial grade stainless steel portable refrigerator. The range is diversified into one full cabinet or twin bins. This particular model is the 50-litre twin bin. It's particularly useful for taking frozen food away on holidays. In the boat you can take frozen bait out, ice creams. The other side of it, of course, is the fridge. So why are they so good? Why is this fridge well known to be the best in the world? The answer is simple. They have an incredibly low amp draw. Amp draw is very important in camping because it's all to do with your deep cycle battery, and low amp draw is kind on deep cycle batteries. Most fridges have what we call cooling plates, either at one end of the fridge cabinet or one at each end. National Lunar has a 1/4 inch copper cooling pipe around and around each cabinet. The smallest fridge of 40 litre is only 8 metres, but right up to the big 125 there's a whopping 21 metres of 1/4 inch cooling pipe. This particular 50, for example, has 12 metres of cooling pipe around and around each cabinet. There's more cooling pipe around the freezer side than the fridge side. That's the first secret of National Lunar. The other secret is its diameter of cavity. The cavities of the fridges are between 42 millimetres and 60 millimetres. The 50 litre is complete 42 millimetre cavity. What does that mean? The cooling pipe I just spoke of is wrapped around and around each cabinet, separated by little plastic clamps, and then the cavity of 42 mil is injection foam filled, all put together in what would look like sort of like a wool press. That's the two secrets of National Lunar. The incredible length of coiled copper pipe, the combination of that with the injection moulding foam. The other thing is the foam is also in the lid. This lid is injection foam filled, not just the cabinet. That's pretty much a very important part of the secrets of National Lunar and how they get it down to such incredibly low amp draw. The plastic corners on here, on each corner, protect the sides of the fridge from any knocks and abrasions. It's also the only fridge, although we do supply an accessory protective jacket, it does not need to be used to assist in the cooling process. Most fridges that come with jackets are there not just to protect them from scratches, but to help the cooling process. National Lunar doesn't need the jacket. The jacket for the National Lunar is just to pretty up your product, but also protect other things touching the fridge. It doesn't need the jacket. The fridge will operate to maximum at 42 degrees ambient temperature and will come down to a whopping 18 degrees Celsius in the freezer side. So let's look at the freezer side and the fridge. You can adjust your thermostats to make the fridge, all freezer, or fridge freezer. Not many do that. The dual controls control each compartment, not just one control for the whole fridge. Okay, now let's look at the key features. This stuff really is exciting. This is what makes it all so important to invest your hard-earned money in the best fridge possibly available. I suppose we can start with the all-important fridge seal. You won't find a fridge seal like this in any other fridge in the market. Do you recognise it? You should. It's the same as the one at home in your kitchen. That's a commercial fridge seal. It's designed to compress, collapse and inflate. And it's a key part of the National Lunar range. Right now, it's compressing, now it's inflating. Very big part of the National Lunar model range. The dual controls. Behind the dual controls is a very smart electrical motherboard. I don't know if you've ever heard of a thing called reverse refrigeration. Well, it's a bit of magic, it's a phenomenon. It's when you put cold items in a refrigerator, the cold items actually help the refrigerator keep them cold. The cold items cool the fridge while the fridge keeps them cold. However, if you put a hot chicken in here, or hot food, or warm drinks, the smart National Lunar controller instantly recognises that, and it instigates the turbo mode to what we call pull down temperature. It speeds up the speed of the compressor and brings the cabinet down to the level where you set. When it reaches that equilibrium, the turbo mode cuts off automatically. The pull down feature is quite unique to National Lunar, and it's part of the smart controls. You do individually set the temperature for fridge and freezer, but once you've reached those temperatures, these two data gauges then automatically show you the temperature of the cabinet. That's why sometimes you'll notice the temperature will fluctuate up and down a couple of degrees. It doesn't mean there's a fault with the fridge. It means the ambient temperature around where you've got the fridge has changed. It might mean there's been some characteristical changes around the cabinet, like people coming in and out to grab themselves a drink too many times. The fridge has to compensate. It tries to find that temperature equilibrium. So the smart control motherboard senses this and does all the work. Amp drawer is always sometimes mistakenly judged in a laboratory situation where they put an amp meter in line and check the amp drawer of a fridge. With National Lunar, we actually look at the amp drawer over a 24-hour period. 24-hour period is where you really should be looking at a compressor amp drawer. Because of the equilibrium of the temperature, the compressor kicks in and out. So in effect, your compressor's not running 24 hours, it's running 18 hours. When you incorporate a power meter and look at these amperage drawers, you'll get a proper reading of a power draw of a fridge over one day, not at real time. Very important. All fridges require a spark up amperage to get the compressor going. National Lunar also does this, but it will bring the pull down temperature faster than any fridge because it instantly recognises the temperature of the food you've just placed inside it. That's why it's always a good tip to put cold drinks and food in a fridge, not warm. But if it's warm, you've been to the shops, bought a chicken, throw it in there, the National Lunar will take care of it. Other features and benefits of this model. The catches, stainless steel heavy duty catches. These aren't mild steel like in other fridges. They're stainless steel, and there's also a lock. You can put a padlock on these if you need to secure what's in the fridge. Mightn't just be food, it might be valuable medicine. You can lock them. Very handy in the medical industry with doctors. On the side of the fridge, we have the plastic ABS heavy duty handles. Now, a lot of fridges put down hold down straps with tensioning devices on the handle. What National Lunar do, we've moulded into the housing of the handle a slot. So the strap goes through the slot and down vertically, not out. This is very important when you want to secure down a fridge for a utility or a truck in rough terrain. Speaking of rough terrain, did you know there's two ways to mount a National Lunar fridge in the back of your tray? There's the specially designed hold down plate that we bolt into the vehicle, which incorporates what we call mushroom bolts. The mushroom bolts, the four of them stand proud on top of the mount plate and locate into what we call keyhole mounts in the base of the fridge feet. The fridge is lowered into the keyhole supports. You pull the handle back 15 mil and it locks the fridge in position. Fridge cannot go left, right, forward, back. And of course the other system is our National Lunar slide, where it still locates into mushroom bolts, but then you slide the fridge right out of the vehicle. Excellent feature. Around the compressor, most other fridges in the market, if you do have to get to a service agent and you have an issue with the compressor, maybe regas, maybe something electrical, it's quite a job to pull the fridge apart. National Lunar have got a corner devoted to the compressor and condenser unit with the electrical motherboard, and it's covered by the stainless steel plate, secured by these screws. It's very easy to remove this plate to have access to the control panel and the compressor. And to make it easy for the service agent, National Lunar have even put a wiring diagram against the little firewall. How good's that? Make it really easy. All the wires are colour-coded, they tell you where they go. This 50 litre comes with 3 baskets. It's interesting to know also that these baskets are not one piece. There's actually 3 pieces, the base, the top and the struts. They're all assembled and pressed together. You can't pull them apart, and obviously they're rust-free. National Lunar do not believe in plastic-coated wire baskets because eventually, through the refrigeration process, the plastic coating cracks, exposing the metal, you have oxidisation, you have rust. You can't rust a plastic basket. When you open the lid of any National Luna fridge at night time, an LED light shines right across your food. So you can see what you're doing all the time at night. Excellent. Heavy duty handles, lift up lid, and the big feature with the 50 litre Legacy is that the opening lid can be changed to open the other way as well. So if you're configuring in a four-wheel drive or a tight situation and this is not comfortable for you, you can change the hinges across and open the fridge this way. It's a big feature of the 50 litre, dual thermostat, dual bin. This fridge is ideal for a single person, a young couple heading away, fits in most vehicles. It's an excellent fridge and it's pretty much one of the better sellers of the range. Enjoy that fridge, it's fantastic.